Hello, everyone. Welcome again to another episode of Camcast with your host, Cam. It's me. And I am glad to see each and every one of you once again. All of my supporters, welcome back. Thank you for constantly showing love to the show. And anyone new that we have that is with us today for the first time, thank you for being here. And we appreciate you just as much as we appreciate all of our continuous supporters. So, welcome again, and today we are expecting a promising one. So, as always, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into our first segment, which is going to be basically just introduction of setting and, the theme and, of course, the outfit, the attire. So, let's begin with this burgundy and white window pane suit, or burgundy and chalk suit that I decided. It's a festive day, so I decided to go ahead and pop it on. And it's jacket and the pants will matching trousers. Then you have the white shirt to, of course, match the pattern and the color of the pattern. And we have a black and pink tie here, as you can see, with the dots and the spectrum. One there. And it's got a little pattern too. Diamonds all around them, a diamond array. And I have some basically blue and pink socks on with some blue, I guess navy blue, right, navy blue penny loafers. So, yep, that is the direction that we took today. And of course, last but not least, have a little touch of some jewelry right here on the ring. I decided to go ahead and throw that on today. Hope y'all enjoy that. And so that actually is going to hint at our first topic, which is kind of going to be more of an open one, different. It's an open discussion kind of but you can give and take. I have a few opinions on it, but of course I'm always open to other ones as well. So go ahead and soak that in. Try to change things up a little bit. As you can see with the setting and all that, it's not exactly the same as most previous video I did, and I hope you continue to enjoy a few of the changes that I put together and basically produce to you all. So, yep. Just a little brief moment of silence. But so next, our first thing I want to discuss is honestly a discussion or a topic that I've kind of been wondering a lot lately, and I would just like to talk about it, honestly. So whenever approach wouldn't be the right word. Whenever you do happen to run into or see or maybe have a conversation with, or however you may interact with a man that may be in a suit or whatnot. And this could be for men too, of course. Where is your expectations with, I wouldn't necessarily say accessories, but I would say more of just like jewelry. We could be talking conventional, unconventional. Do you really see that as something that is highly expected whenever someone is expecting or trying to sport a suit or wear a suit somewhere? Do you see that as something that they should incorporate? Now, the real reason I asked the question, there's no real specific reason why. But the thing about it is that there are, of course, like blazers, for instance, where on blazers, and just the idea that there are, of course, shirts that are cufflink shirts, which means it doesn't necessarily have to be jewelry that you place into them, but you have those, and then you have like the blazers. I like to call them the gold button blazers, but websites where you might get them, or there's basically just another name that's placed on them. I want to say maybe the 1818 blazer. Somebody please correct me if I'm wrong, but I want to say that's what it is. So these are the ones that are like basically like they could either be black. I think they really only come in colors of, unless of course it's representing like an organization or something. They typically come in the colors of blue and black, I believe. Yeah, blue and black. And they typically may have like, of course, a certain kind of button to them, and that'll be, of course, right here. And these will be, I call them gold buttons, but it's kind of like a form of jewelry to me. And of course, they have them, yeah, basically everywhere that you have buttons on a blazer. And you have both the regular style, it's on the regular style blazer, and it's on the double breasted. And I honestly kind of view that as a form of jewelry, if that makes sense, because it stands out and it shines on a jacket. Matter of fact, I'm going to sport one on here now that I think about it, because I've been telling myself I want to wear it more, and I'm going to take the opportunity to do so. But yeah, so it just kind of got me thinking. I mean, I'm not saying that necessarily means that there has, like, I'm talking about like maybe watch or like earrings or watch or maybe a chain or something. Of course, a chain isn't really that common as far as when it comes to suit wearing, but like whether it be something on the wrist, like or of course rings or like a wristwatch, and that's actually another conversation that a lot of, I guess you would say, menswear enthusiasts tend to kind of have their own perspectives when it comes to that. And of course, which also may cause people to say, well, it's kind of what you want to wear. That's true. Yeah, that's true. But you have some people that do want a general standard for how it should, make up. Because, and I've experienced it firsthand, to where sometimes when you do come across a certain person, some people typically do not hesitate to tell you or ask you, or point out the absence of something that they may expect you to be sporting if you have on the full attire. So, do you have to worry about exactly what the person is thinking or saying? No, that's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just curious as to where people's ideas are on that. With me personally, I don't really like wearing watches with suits. It's a lot already, I feel. And on a couple other channels, I've learned, well, I wouldn't say I've learned, but what I've gathered from them is that, of course, sometimes when men may put on a suit, they typically will think to go to their biggest, icy wristwatch to put on, but actually their advice was the complete opposite. Something that's very, almost like an Apple Watch, but, or iWatch or whatever you want to call them, but something maybe a bit more formal than that, if that makes sense. But that is kind of the direction that they do go with it. And I have a few of those, but I just wanted to kind of get basically a feel of how the temperature was around that. And yeah. And also, of course, from time to time, I may even sport a lapel up here. A lot of people have different names for them: lapel, label pin, the list goes on and on. However, yeah. So when I thought about that, and I thought about the culture of jewelry and how it can be incorporated traditionally into a suit, it made me wonder about the importance of the jewelry and what it does for a suit. Now, in my personal opinion, especially like with, a suit like this, maybe, of course, you might want to put on some kind of jewelry or whatnot, as you can see with the ring. However, maybe something like a traditional navy blue suit that may be a mixture, may not be, and especially also depends on the shirt and tie combination that you place with it. It may not really require that much, as it is kind of, you would say, more on the casual side, if you will. So, yeah. And that's pretty much how I look at that. But share your thoughts below. Please share your thoughts below. What you think about that? What you think about that? Another topic that I would like to touch today would be the topic of course, healing. This kind of is a piggyback topic off of another video that I discussed where I talked about a lot of releasing, and this is one thing that I've kind of been focusing a lot on lately, and I wouldn't say largely focusing on, but a great deal of it, of my a great deal as far as it, and we're gonna go for it with a quick definition of it. Not saying, of course, that no one knows what it means, but I would like to provide you all with a decent context and foundation as we typically lift up the topic into conversation. So, healing is the process of making or becoming sound or healthy again. Healthy. Something that does need to be promoted a lot more, in my opinion. Whether it be inside or out, lifestyles. I think the other definition is actually even more juicier. Tending to heal, therapeutic. You could relate this, of course, to things such as, like, what do you call that? I want to say meditation, if you will. You could say that if you'd like. It's pretty simultaneous to it. It's about the same thing, but it's not, though. It's a process that should be taking place as you're doing it. Almost like growing, if you will. Or basically germination is the idea of something, or the process of something that is taking place. As of course, this is a point where we're beginning a new year, and I'm not saying this, we're not talking about this in the month of January, but it is still at the very peaking point. I still find myself telling people or being told Happy New Year to certain people that, I may not run into very often, but from time to time, and we may just have that type of rapport with one another, if you will, and we just tell each other that Happy New Year. And it's kind of the point to where you get to basically set the tone of how you would like this year to turn out. Me personally, I would like to honestly say I'm looking forward to this year. So far, it has been pretty nice. Some things have gone through for me, and I'm very proud of that. And I've started a journey to some new places mentally and in my life. So I'm also very proud of that, and I'm honestly looking forward to what the new year brings. And that goes along with basically kind of like releasing any like toxic stuff from the past, from the previous year, finding a deeper sense of meaning, things like that. And that's kind of where I'm coming from whenever I'm speaking about healing. It's the opportunity of just allowing a greater force of nature to take control of my presence and take control over my body and over my mind and guide me in the direction in which I was created and given breath in order to maneuver about in my life and make the differences in others' lives that I've been sent to do that with. Whether that be my environment, it doesn't even have to be human beings. Whether it's your environment, maybe pets, maybe just anything. It could be, just basically another way of kind of discovering your passion, and implementing it, taking steps towards executing that. And whenever you find that deep sense of meaning, or basically, you may not even find that deep sense of meaning whenever you begin the process, or even after a year of starting the process. It takes some time. It does. And the patience can, wear thin, of course. But as you're in it and you're finding results, it can be very or quite rewarding. And I do encourage a lot of you all to engage in that whenever you get an opportunity to. And maybe you already are and would like to share a few of your experiences. So, those are a few of my experiences that I will share with you all today. And I don't want to keep you all too long. I hope that you have enjoyed the content that I have prepared for you all today. And please stay tuned for more in the future. Shall return very soon, and I look forward to seeing each and every one of you again. And I also look forward to reading any feedback that you may have in the comments for me, or any conversations or topics in which that you would like me to discuss or talk about. And it's a new year. Go ahead and enjoy these first couple of holidays that we have among us to take part in, of course. And that's one of the great things about the beginning of the year, is the first part is filled with a lot of joy, a lot of good weather, flowers, colors, things like that. It's a great time. So, but yeah, once again, we will meet very soon again, and I look forward to it. So, thank you all. I hope please drop a like, comment, or subscribe, and I will see you all next time on Camcast. Thank you. Have a good one.